From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
All right, good news for them, and it was a good news day for everybody really around eastern Oklahoma because we ended up with just a quiet day. Kind of need the quiet day to prep for the snow that's headed our way. It is now situated out to the west. Not much looking like it's going on, but there is moisture that is building from out of the Gulf of Mexico. You'll see this gray area here. That is literally Gulf moisture coming in from out of the Gulf of Mexico. So basically some warmer, a little bit more moist air that's coming in and is getting pulled into this storm system, which is now moving to southwestern portions of New Mexico. So that's going to set up the stage for what will become a fairly active weather pattern, a lot of winter weather for us for a change. And so you can just see that rotating area coming around and even going past Phoenix with some rain snow mix in some of their areas. But some good snows for New Mexico. And again, they've missed out on all these snowstorms that we've had out in the west part of the country. They just get to near New Mexico and they fall apart. Kind of like us. It's been kind of dry. And this is going to be a wet storm system, over an inch of moisture by the time we melt the snow. So this is a good system. It's just going to be bad if you have to travel, and especially along I-40. You can see the red areas, and so that goes into southwestern Oklahoma all along I-40. So that you just have to be aware that tomorrow, not a good day to travel I-40. As far as our specific area, we do have winter storm watches, which means we could flip over to winter storm warning, or we could be travel advisories. Still, the data is flopping a little bit about exactly where are we going to be. Are we going to be a little bit further north with this or a little further south? Some of it is trended north a little bit, so we might be in a winter storm warning in the metro area. Travel advisories if you're north. You're going to get snow along I-40. It's going to be a different story for you. It's going to be a winter wonderland, so to speak, by this time tomorrow night. 41 degrees right now, no wind movement. We're at 60% humidity. 28's the dew point. Metro temperatures generally low 40s. We're at 39 now at Bixby, with 41 coming in around Pryor and Claiborne, 46 over at Pogue Airport in Sand Springs. And Oklahoma itself, those clouds are rolling in now, so it's going to be a lot thicker clouds as we go through the overnight time period. That'll slow the cooling process down, but we'll still be near freezing in the morning. And as that storm system develops, we'll have a chance of rain knocking on the door in the southwest part of our viewing area by 7 or 8. Alan Stephen will take us through the travel any difficulties, which we could have snow already near Oklahoma City by 7 to 9 o'clock in the morning and starting to accumulate about that time. We're going to be in the 20s to near 30, kind of depending on the cloud cover, but if we get rain and it's 30, there could be a brief period where the elevated surfaces could be icy in the morning. And then during the day, temperatures will be generally in the mid-30s, and then rain mixing with and changing to snow. So a better chance of rain a little bit earlier, snow about noontime into the afternoon. And so those bands of snow will be heavy, and so some of those bands of snow could also be producing like an inch an hour, which is pretty impressive snows. And that would be, and you notice how there's a little bit more blue concentrated across areas from I-44 to the south toward I-40 and even in the southern part of our area. And notice the temperatures in the afternoon, we're still at or barely above freezing. So that'll keep it a very heavy, wet snow, but it also will mean that we're not going to be able to melt it fast enough, and so therefore there will most likely be slushy, slick roads for many of us. And so that goes through 8 o'clock, and then about midnight, most of the heavy activity is out of the picture, and we'll still have a wrap around some light snow or snow flurries with gustier north winds, kind of cold, but we'll be around freezing in the morning. So there'll be just enough, maybe a little black ice for Wednesday morning. So tomorrow morning's fine. Wednesday morning, though, could be a problem, besides, obviously, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and into early Wednesday morning. By Wednesday afternoon, we're in the upper 30s to low 40s. That's not bad. Latest snow forecast that we have, we're looking at 4 to 8 inches, kind of a swath coming across I-44. And we kind of break it loose and not quite as much in Tulsa, but there is a chance we could be 3 to 5, maybe on the south side of town, heavier by a couple inches than the north side. From Bartlesville, Coffeyville, you guys get 1 to 3 inches. So the higher probabilities will come in around noontime with that rain, and then it'll switch over quickly. We show about a 2 to 3 to 4 hour time period, but really it should switch over pretty quick around Tulsa and then be snow during the afternoon into the early evening. So if you're around the Bartlesville area, you'll have light rain in the morning, and then it'll switch over to snow at noontime, and then moderate snow by late afternoon, early evening. Around Tulsa, it'll be rain to kick it off, but then switching over to snow very quickly around noon to 2 o'clock, and then some heavy snow in the late afternoon into the evening. Muskogee, you're into rain, but then you get into some moderate to heavy snows pretty quick, a little bit quicker than Tulsa does, and that'll continue, and that's why you have a little bit better chance, like McAllister, of having a little bit heavier snow amounts before it's all said and done. Temperatures on Thursday afternoon will be generally in the low 40s, so again, it gets mild fairly quick, and then by Friday we're in the low 50s, and you go, what snow? because it'll change that fast. So that's interesting what's happening there. But the extended forecast, get a load of this for the next 21 days. We're below normal, or even much below normal, which means we're going to freeze. It's going to get really cold here as we get into February, so we don't have many warm days. All right, Chili, get us kicked off and going around to the morning hours. We're going to have a chance of some showers. If it's sprinkles and 30, again, please be aware of that. Stephen Allen will make sure you know all about that. But that wintry mix hits us by noontime, especially if you're south and west of Tulsa, and then winter weather guaranteed tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and then it improves, and you say Saturday, wow, heat wave. And then you say Sunday, what in the world just hit us?
Big change.
Yeah, and then we're stuck there with some really cold weather after that, so we'll have to worry about that in a while. Meantime, we'll get through tomorrow.
Get through tomorrow.